racing fast, already try. Oh, beautiful counter to the takedown. Thank you for joining us tonight.
The disadvantage was Zayef, but then he...
Waiting too much on Trixie. Nice shooting, but turning.
Watching on Twitch, watching on YouTube, watching from around the world tonight. I know the UFC isn't on right now, but guess what? The virtual octagon is here.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, fight fans. We are live with ESFL Undisputed 3. I am your host, Frank No Streaming. I am joined by living legend in the booth, Bruce Lee. Rob, how you doing today, Rob?
Yo, I'm doing good. A little tired, but I'm here and I'm awake, and it's a pleasure to have you back in the booth, Frank. Let's get it.
Hey, it's great to be back here with you. Like you said, it is a little early, but we're not going to talk about that. We've got a jam-packed fight card for you guys. We've got 5 firecracker fights. We're going to go ahead and take a look at that fight card real quick. Like I said, plenty of action. We've got starting off Talent taking on Mufasa Smacks, King Pop taking on TKO Barber, Bone Doing Work versus Elite King 709, Papa Doc versus Garate TV in our co-main event. And then, of course, our main event of the evening is going to be KYoungButta taking on Jaco. Our fights are going to be the first 3 or 8 rounds. The fourth is going to be 10. And then the main event, of course, will be 12 rounds. Again, high-level combat sports that we're getting here for the ESFL Undisputed event. This is our first event on the other side of a few patches, things like, you know, upgrading the counter damage and arm fatigue and things like that. What are some things you're looking forward to on this card, Rob?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see how these competitors decide to maneuver their way through the boxing ring. You know, this is my first boxing commentary here. So, and we have that new update as well. The gameplay changes, you know, reducing the overall impact, the accuracy, punches thrown, counter punches, and defense has on the judges, because the judges sometimes they be tripping out there, Frank, and I'm sure you've experienced this too. And yeah, I'm just excited to see how these boys what their game plans are going to be tonight.
Yeah, you are absolutely right about the judges tripping, man. I feel like I've had fights where I outland by like 200 punches, but he's got that 1 extra % on accuracy, and I'm standing here looking like, what just happened? But it seems like they have updated that and, you know, made things a little bit more balanced. We're going to test all that out. We're also going to throw things, if you can see on screen, the damage modifier is going to be at 1.5% today, just to give us a bit more action, a few more rocks, a few more knockdowns. We're just going to see what happens with that. And yeah, man, I'm excited. These first 2 guys are getting things ready. I think we're just about ready for them to get started. And yeah, I'm hearing from the back that we're going to go ahead and switch over to that first fight. Again, Mufasa Smacks taking on Uncle Talent. We don't have too much about everybody as far as our scouting reports, but we've got a little bit. Talent is also known as Uncle Talent. This is his ESFL debut. And he's taking on Mufasa Smacks, who came up a little bit short against Modern Man on the last card. He's looking to get back into the winner's circle. And of course, Talent is looking to come onto the scene in a big way. You only make one first impression, Rob, and we're going to see how Uncle Talents is.
Yeah, we're going to find out. And this is a 6-rounder, so these guys are going to have to get after it pretty quick here and just blow their stamina loads all over each other here, Frank.
Well, I don't know if we can show that on TV, but that's just what's going to happen anyway. It looks like we've got a matchup of Joe Lewis versus Joe Frazier. We're going to see whose chin is going to be able to stick in there longer, because as you said, man, if these guys come out throwing, this fight ain't going to take long.
No, it's not. Frazier, that left hook is devastating. 25% increase, right, in knockouts, and Joe Lewis just so good with his gas tank, and he's got some real good body shots. I mean, overall, just been enjoying him tremendously. So this should be a pretty good matchup here on the inside. We'll see who can take it, Frank. Ooh, lost connection, though. Uh-oh.
All right, so we're just gonna get a couple of things ironed out. Obviously, this game is still in early access, so there's just gonna be some growing pains both on our ends, the game's end, and the server's ends. You know, we kind of expect that, so we just want to thank you and again ask for your continued patience. As you were saying though, Rob, man, that's this is gonna be an interesting matchup because, like you said, that left hand of Frazier is something serious. And Joe Louis is really good at everything. Plus, he beat up Nazis. So, like, I have a very soft spot in my heart for the Brown Bomber. I haven't played too much at heavyweight in my own personal experience, just because I don't like fighting Ali every time. So I've kind of stayed out of there. But what I have played, I've used Joe Louis, and he feels incredible. So I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, just what these guys bring us with this fight.
Yeah, Joe Louis is really nasty. I was just dominating with him. I don't know, something about his combinations, how quick he is yeah, like you said, he's good at everything. And all lead players, you know, they're really good. They just kind of stand at you, they stare at you, and they start throwing that right hand over and over and over and over and over until you fall down. So it's kind of unfortunate when you go against one of those players. But I've been kind of messing with the Bronze Bomber, and he's pretty nasty. But
Yeah.
Here we go. Looks like maybe we get the countdown, Frank. Here we go, baby.
Let's see what we got.
Let's go.
Looks like the connection didn't look too hateful. It dropped down to a bar for about a second there, but it looks like it's pretty stable at 3 to 4 bars. So hopefully, oh yes, we're actually getting in. And I gotta be honest, this is probably my favorite arena in the game right now. I love the Empire Camp at night. It's just something about dancing with the devil under the pale moonlight, as Ty Grisham would say ad nauseum.
I've only heard that 100 times. You know, it's imprinted onto me.
Yeah, exactly. We see Joe Frazier making his way to the ring, and I've been playing this game since early access release, but I am still just blown away every time at how good the visuals are, man. Like, it's crisp. I mean, there's not really many other ways to describe it.
It looks good. It looks good. And there's Joe Frazier looking mean and ready. Looks like these two are going to get it started. Here we go, round one. And is that round 1 of 8? Did they put, is that 6 or 8? I can't see, but.
Looks like it's 8. I can't.
Looks like it's an 8-rounder here, boys. Okay.
Well, here's hoping that somebody gets dropped before the 6, and we don't even have to worry about that. But as we've seen in the beginning, both guys just taking the center of the ring. Frazier refusing to take a step back, and yeah, he's going to stand on that and start throwing some of those hooks in there, getting some good damage off early. Louis in that loose movement, just trying to get a bead on Frazier, see where he's going to be, see where his shots and where his offense can come from.
Yeah, definitely. That loose movement's pretty good. Stay at range. That jab straight backwards is just so good. I know you've probably been using it, Frank. It just gets you out of danger. Plus, you're throwing a good shot. And then Joe Frazier also just kind of fluttering around here, just staying on the outside.
Yeah, what I'm loving out of Mufasa early on as he takes that huge right hand from Louis. What I'm liking, he's mixing things up, going to the body, mixing his power in, and he's not fighting like he's trying to be here all night, man. He's trying to get his damage off early and often. But some great counters coming back from Louis, able to get some more good body shots himself, and then just get out of range with that loose movement. You see Frazier looking for the hooks, left up top. But Louis is not just taking those, man. He's throwing back. These guys are trading there in the middle. They're not getting to know each other at all, and I personally love it.
Yeah, Frazier's landed a couple big right hands. Joe, though, here we go. They're throwing down. Joe's got that cross guard. Yo, what punches are good against the cross guard? The body shot, the uppercut. What's going on? Oh, big right hand connects. Louis
now he's going to the body.
Here.
Yep, Frazier's looking to finish this. Doesn't quite have the movement it looks like to get Louis out of there. As you were saying, that cross guard can be very difficult to get around. I personally love throwing to the body anyway.
Oh, another one. Oh, man.
Huge right hand.
Power.
Yeah, Louis was able to get out of there just at the end of the round. The bell might have saved him a little bit of heartbreak and frustration. We're going to see if he's able to change things up going into the second round, maybe figure out a different game plan. You can't stick on the inside of the Frazier like that, man, because those hooks are coming back heavy and hard.
Definitely. It's the right hand he's been hurting him with. He hasn't even thrown really the left hooks yet, so Talon got to be careful. But now Frazier, a.k.a. Mufasa, just letting it go, and now he's kind of floating on the outside, going to that left side. Ooh, body shots here.
Huge counter right there. He was going for that big left hook, and Talent saw that one coming, but then right there, another huge right. these guys are starting to figure out each other's rhythm. You're seeing a lot more counter punches, especially with those big counter lefts. Those are going to be extremely dangerous for Lewis if he's not able to get himself out of range in time.
Yeah, he's got to watch out for that. And it's interesting watching Mufasa kind of play on the ropes here. Oh, here we go. Here's some punches being thrown. Both guys landing nothing too powerful and still in that loose stance. So in the loose stance, you take more damage, but you deal a little bit more damage, correct?
I actually think it's in reverse. I could be wrong about that. I think you deal a little bit less. But then again, whenever he's getting rocked by those right hands, it's it's up in the air. And I could be again, I could be wrong. It will not be the first time. It will not be the last. But I thought that you do a little bit less damage and take a little bit more just to balance out, being able to float in and out of the pocket. Now, there are fighters like Roy Jones who has, that loosey-goosey perk.
Right.
He does 25% more damage in loose movement.
I see. That makes sense. They're starting to hit each other pretty hard here. That damage modifier definitely making this fight a little bit more scary for both of these guys. Oh, man. He's kind of just moving his head as Mufasa just in the pocket with Lewis, unafraid of him.
Now, I could be wrong, but I don't think he was throwing any.
Left hook.
Oh, my goodness. That left hook.
Frazier special.
Absolutely. He's looking to shorten this night quickly. Shorten quickly. But yeah, he's trying to get him all the way out of there. But Lewis is doing just good enough at staying out of range and making sure that he's able to recover. But, man, you got to be careful. You can't just keep standing there taking those left hands from Joe Frazier for 8 rounds.
No way. And Muhammad knows how to, run at the opponent. The first couple times I was playing, I was like, how do I get to the opponent when he's hurt? But you just got to double flick that left stick, get towards him. And I'm pretty sure it seems that Mufasa is up here 2 rounds to nil. And Joe Lewis needs to find some success. He has rocked him a few times, Frank, but it seems like Mufasa is finding that big punch on the inside with Joe Frazier time and time again.
He definitely has. And from where I sit, it looks like that's because Uncle Talent, Joe Lewis, wow. Huge straight there. He looks too content, in my opinion, to stand in the pocket and trade. Like, we've got 1.5 times damage, and you're standing there with Joe Frazier. That's going to happen if you keep doing that.
That piston right hand connects on the chin of Talent. Talent in some trouble, just trying to rejuvenate, trying to recalibrate here, and he's trying to get away. Good job surviving, but he's got to watch out. He's got to play a little bit more defensive here and stop eating these Joe Lewis bombs.
Absolutely, man. Like you said, he's in the loose movement, so it's like he's almost there, but he's just standing in the pocket just a little bit too long, maybe getting a bit greedy in these exchanges, because it seems like every time he's starting to land and find his rhythm and get his damage off, Frazier's able to come back with one big right or left hand and just even things up so quickly. So, yeah, see, like that, he needs to just use that straight, back up a little bit more, and just try and stay out of range.
Yeah, he's going to that backup. That rear straight. What do you even call that? A backup straight? Out of the pocket straight? I don't know what it's called. What is it called, Frank?
I call it the step back straight.
Oh, I like that.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, step back straight. And then, there it is. He connects with his own straight. Now Frazier's in a little bit of trouble.
Now, I like that Lewis is being patient here. He's not throwing too much. There it is. Like you said, he almost got him down just because he's being patient, picking those shots a little bit more. It seems like whenever Frazier gets talent rocked, Mufasa's in there, and he's just trying to throw quantity over quality, whereas Lewis is just trying to see which shot it was going to be that knocked him down. And things are starting to even up. I would say that I would give this round to Lewis so far. Obviously 5 seconds is a long time whenever you're in there with Joe Frazier's hands, but
yeah, I would agree with you. And I thought that Talent would have maybe gone to that body. Probably could have had a drop there and maybe got a 10-8 round. Because I noticed you can rock your opponent in boxing, and the judges could score the round against you still. It's very strange. I don't know if it's broken, but there you go. Look, Joe Frazier, the judges in the game, or one of the judges, says that Joe Lewis is ahead 2-1. So what do we know?
I don't know much of anything personally. I knew that, though. But yeah, man, this is a very close fight, no matter how you slice it. It just seems like, from where I sit, again, my opinion, it looks like Mufasa's just getting a little bit better at the damage, able to throw some, more advantageous power shots. He almost caught him with a huge right straight right there. But again, Lewis is starting to find the rhythm on the outside, starting to be able to put those shots together and get out of range here, Rob.
Yeah, and you're seeing Mufasa go to the body uppercut. A nice little pull there. And still, this got to be favoring Mufasa on the inside, but Talent's not afraid to throw in these positions, and he is rocking them more and more, so maybe there's some fatigue. Bang! There's that straight again, the piston.
There it is.
Oh, yep, here he comes.
Yep. Just not able to put Frazier down once again because that health on Frazier. You saw him try to take his head off with that left hand right there. Able to get a couple more, the right and the left to follow it, but that left hand looked dangerous. But Lewis is standing strong in the pocket, getting his own damage off, and yeah, that loose movement is helping him stay out of range of those huge shots coming back, especially whenever Mufasa tries to sit down and throw a little bit more power on it.
Yeah, and Tank having a lot of success with that straight punch, going to the well time and time again. And whoa, there's that big left hand, but to the body, Lewis goes. Lewis starting to feel the rhythm. I'm feeling like Uncle Cracker's starting to vibe here in this 4th round, sort of taking over the fight. Is Lewis getting tired here? What's going on?
I'm not entirely sure. And yeah, like you said, he's definitely finding his rhythm here. Nice 3-piece lands. Ooh. And Mufasa might have to look out here, man. He's things are starting to look a little bit dangerous for Mr. Frazier.
Yeah, he's kind of floating around. He's using that movement. Here he comes. Can he get a knockdown? Digging to the body this time, and this could be it. But no, the head movement of Mufasa keeps him on his feet, and to the stool they go. That's pretty good stuff. Good defense by Mufasa. But yeah, Frank, it seems like Uncle's kind of getting off that center line and clanking that left body hook, that power body hook, and it's doing some good damage.
Absolutely. It's like he's figuring out when Mufasa wants to throw that power and doing a good job of not being there whenever he does. And like you said, mixing it up, throwing those left counters to the body, zapping that gas tank of Frazier, making it where he can't throw that power as long. And as I'm saying, that power, Frazier says, "Ooh, I got power all night." And he's still trying to get Lewis out of there. But again, the blocking and the distance management of Lewis are coming in handy there. He's able to stay on his feet. Nobody's hit the ground yet, but we've had 1,700 rocks in this fight.
Yeah, these guys are doing well, staying on their feet. Neither guy is able to put the other one down, but I'm sure soon here the health is dwindling, and they are connecting with some heavy shots. And the body again, the left hook, the right hook, and you're seeing Mufasa throwing the power straights. That cross guard is up. He's trying to be defensive. All right hands from both guys.
Looks like Lewis was getting the better of those exchanges because Frazier is focusing on getting that one, just like that left hand. I feel like Talent's heart has to skip a beat every time he swings it like that, but he's looking for that one that's just going to change the entire complexion, whereas Lewis is just getting into range, throwing 2, 3, 4 shots. A good majority of them are landing, and then he's getting out of there trying to make sure that he is, not getting his head ejected into the second row. This could be it.
Oh,
we got
down
the
he
first
goes.
knockdown of the fight. Good job by Lewis there to just swarm on top of him and mix up the pressure, mix up the shots, changing the levels, and that's what leads to our first knockdown of the fight here, Rob.
Yeah, it seems like Talon's doing a great job with the volume over the power, just kind of pop-shotting Lewis with these combinations and gets the first knockdown. So he just needs to survive in this next 15 seconds, get that 10-8 round, and start snowballing these judges here.
Yeah, and if I'm being honest, I like that he didn't rush in.
Oh!
As I'm saying it, man.
You jinxed him.
I did. I was about to say, I love how he's not rushing in there because Frazier can always change things at the drop of a hat. And they just illustrated my point for me. Thanks, gentlemen.
Yeah, that was close, but able to stay on his feet. Doesn't get put down, so that's a big round in Uncle Talent's favor. And here we go. We still have 6, 7, and 8. Let's see if Mufasa can, rally. And now he's kind of bouncing around. His Uncle Talent maybe feeling cocky, confident, loose, bang, bang.
He could be, or he could be like, man, I'm not trying to take that right hand anymore. Just looking for a point fighting approach, just making sure he's the only one that scored the knockdown so far. So that could change things up dramatically on the judges' scorecards, and the card we saw earlier had him up at that moment. So, I mean, at this point, I'm not gonna say I wouldn't blame him for just fighting for the judges, but if he does, I get it.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be a smart move, and he definitely needs to be cerebral about his approach because Joe Louis is one guy you don't want to mess with. He always has that finishing punch, especially that left hand. 25% increase in knockouts. Ooh, that body. Oh, look at that. That body shot, beautiful. The backward step out straight. I mean, he's flowing right now, Frank.
He's absolutely flowing. He's waiting on Frazier to throw, and he's countering, as soon as he gets those hands up to block, and you're seeing those flashes all over the screen. That damage is adding up on Frazier. Another huge jab. He doubles it up. And now Frazier, it looks like he's starting to get a little bit frustrated there on the inside. He sees him coming in, and he's just trying to get as many shots as he can up to his face. And you saw that center head damage. he's close to getting himself another rock. And we're going to see if he's able to do that in this next 45 seconds. You got to wonder how the stamina is looking for Frazier, because he's been hitting the body a lot. He's been throwing a lot of power, and Lewis has been making him miss quite a bit. So I'm curious to see, just how much gas he has left in that tank looking for this finish.
Yeah, it's a great. Oh, stings him again. That straight's been money for Uncle. Now see if he can get a knockdown here. Just one more punch and down he goes again. Uncle taking over this fight. Let's see if the opponent here, Mufasa, can get up and get that L2, R2 balance on point. Looks like he's going to be able to make it up. And again, he goes right to the bench, it seems. I think the round is over.
Yeah, the bell just rang. Yep. Made it up at 5. That step in left hook, man.
That's the money shot.
Absolutely. And hats off to both of these guys. But just right now, it seems like Uncle Talent has found his rhythm in this fight, doing a good job with the setup work, mixing in the levels, changing things up. And yeah, it looks like now he's just trying to fight a little bit smarter, throw a couple of jabs, get out of range, maybe mix things into the body. Whereas Frazier has to find that one huge shot to put him down and keep him there.
Yeah, these next couple of rounds are going to be pretty interesting because, Mufasa obviously realizes, oh man, but he's just eating that straight punch. He needs to stay off that center line, move up and down with that L stick. I haven't seen a lot of side steps in this fight either. No, steps are pretty good to get out of the way and to do some big damage, but Uncle just kind of dominating here.
Yeah, and this is what I was calling for earlier. Whenever he was just standing in the pocket getting tagged, I was wondering why he wasn't staying on the outside. And whenever he does, he's fighting his fight. Frazier is having a hard time returning any shots, having a hard time catching up. Oh my goodness, that huge right hand. Another one. He almost caught him with that left hook. And now, Uncle Talent is starting to put in some work right now. You got to wonder what the mentality is like for Mufasa Smacks, because he's
not good.
Yeah,
he's looking a little bewildered here. 1 minute, look, he's rocked. Uncle Talent knows he has this fight in the bag, and a little bit of taunting though. Frazier maybe getting a little frustrated, and just the way that Uncle's able to kind of sidestep and dig to the body as soon as he throws that right hand is beautiful. And now he's adding that right hook to the combo, and it's just looking good out there, Frank.
It is. At the beginning, Frazier was winning the fight, but whenever Uncle Talent decided to stop this being a fight and turn it into a boxing match, he's had the advantage. And once again, just pushing the pace, staying on the outside, making him swing back. Oh my goodness!
He's teeing off.
What was that? An 8-piece family dinner? Now he's trying to give him the biscuits and the sides.
He's giving him all he can eat right now. I think this is getting close to being over. There might be a knockout. I mean, Uncle's just doing such a good job, like you said, staying on the outside and just dancing around, making this a boxing match. And Mufasa has 3 minutes here to figure it out and land one of those devastating bombs, but it just seems like Uncle is just never there to be hit.
Right. Now, one interesting thing going into round 8 here, Uncle Talent had 26% health. So it might just be a matter of him losing the war of attrition. Now, I don't necessarily know if that's going to happen, but all I'm saying is the stage is set. If Frazier's able to get a good counter or two, this fight can look a lot different.
100%. If he lands something big, it's hard to corner people right now in the state of the game, in my opinion. And that left hand, he's throwing that power left hand, but man, Uncle Talent is still just throwing these beautiful combinations, getting out of there when he needs to avoid the power, and just looking, he's looking amazing right now, just floating around and stinging him.
Yes, looking very crisp right now. This is a pretty good, example of textbook outside fighting in these later rounds. He made a miss, comes back in with the counter jab. And another thing I'm liking, he's not extending those combinations too long. If he sees that he can throw 4 or 5, then he will. But also like that, if he's throwing 3, he's back out and then right back on the onslaught.
Oh, look at that. That's vicious.
That was.
He
got his own little taunt back at the end there. Yeah, that just might be curtains for Frazier. He's looking like he's trying to fight to get back to his feet. But man, after a while, the damage is just too much. And that's how this fight ends. Knockout victory for Uncle Talent, and a great debut here on the ESFL scene, Rob. I'm quite impressed with what I saw out of him. He was really good at fighting on the outside. Showed courage there in the pocket in the earlier rounds whenever he was just willing to stand there and trade with Frazier. So, hey, good performance by both guys, but Talent was able to just come out on top here. 3 knockdowns, gets the knockout victory in the 8th round.
Yeah, that was a really good display from both these guys. Put it all on the line. Didn't fight, for points, which I hate. So these guys really entertained me. And you saw the first round went to Mufasa. And then as the fight progressed, Uncle started to get better and better and better. And the cherry on top at the very end, a fight he was already ahead on the judges' scorecards, gets the knockout. That's got to feel good.
Absolutely.
Beautiful display of talent. And like you said, courage from Uncle Talent, who didn't need to go for the knockout, but still was in the pocket late in the round and got it in the 7th. Or no, got it in the 8th. And good job to these guys.
Yeah, a wonderful fight. Like you said, hats off to both guys. Thank you for entertaining us. Like you said, there wasn't. I said he could fight for points, but I'm definitely happy that he chose not to.
Yeah.
Looks like we're going on to our next fight, and we're going to go to the 3rd fight on the card. We had some issues with the 2nd, so we're going to go straight to Elite King taking on Bone doing work. Elite King beat Game Over via decision at our last event, ESFL Undisputed 2. He is a UFC competitor on the PlayStation side, so we're looking to see how those skills translate. Bone doing work, also an ESFL competitor. He was way back on ESFL 16. He beat Cunning last week and lost to Job in week 1, so he is sitting on a 1-1 record, looking to get back into the winners column here. Rob, what are you looking forward to out of this fight?
Let me see. I'm looking forward to see who these guys decide to select. Looks like it's gonna be welterweight. We got, is that Roy Jones Jr.
It looks like Gotti versus Kell Brooks.
Gotti. Oh, Kell Brooks. Yes, you're right.
Yeah,
my screen's so small here. I'm looking forward to seeing what Bones doing work is about to do, because I know he loves to do work in the UFC and he's a good striker. So we'll see. I haven't seen too much about this Elite Kings guy though.
I'm actually thrilled to see these guys doing a fight, kind of in the middle of the welterweight division, because I play a lot of welterweight online, and yeah, there's a bunch of sugars, both Robinson and the Leonard variety. But it's always nice because I use Kell Brook myself. I use him and Connor Ben the most. And it's nice to see people using, stepping off of Mount Olympus and using the rest of the fight. I for one, think I love that welterweight is the deepest division, and I just wish we got to see more of those fighters. So it's gonna be exciting to see here. I know that Kell Brook has the punches and bunches perk that gives him additional damage for combos, as well as the sting like a bee, which will give him more damage on those counter shots. Nice. Gotti, off the top of my head, I know he's got the Blood and Guts Warrior perk, which I'm pretty sure makes him bleed easier, but makes the fight less likely to be stopped for a cut. So I like that little bit of flavor there. And I can't remember what his other perk is off the top of my head. Apologies. I'm sorry, y'all. But
hey, I didn't know any of those perks, so you on your game right now, bro.
On occasion. I'm just looking forward to seeing what these guys what they give us. We're just waiting on Bone doing work to lock in, and then we can get to the business. This is going to be another 8-round fight, as you had previously mentioned, in the welterweight division. 1.5 times damage, and as we saw in that last fight, that makes a difference. Maybe you're thinking you're treating it like the base game, and these guys are getting the countdown going, but you might be treating it like the base game where you think you can go in and just keep taking these shots and taking this damage, but not necessarily.
Here we go. We got the boys locked in. Fight number 2. First one was excellent. Let's see what these two bring to the table. And Mickey Ward is in welterweight as well, right? I've been having some fun with him. His body shots have been crazy, and I've been getting into some wars against Gotti. And I'm pretty sure they fought in real life and had some crazy wars, right?
Yes, I gotta out myself a little bit. I'm not the biggest boxing guy on the planet, but I do know that the Gotti Ward trilogy is fireworks. Those are fights that I actually have seen. So yeah, those guys are super high level, and I am looking forward to seeing what Elite King does with Gotti, and looking forward to seeing what Bone does with Brook.
Yeah, look at those records: 22-8, 10-5, doing some good work on the rank scene here.
Absolutely. Do you have a good rank record, Rob?
Decent. I like 100 wins and like 50 losses.
Oh yeah.
Decent. I do enjoy the disconnects when both of us get a dub.
Yep.
I've gotten a lot of those. All my losses are disconnects, Frank. Everyone.
Same here. Yeah, no. That's the only reason I've got any blemishes on my record is because of disconnects, of course.
Yeah.
I'm actually 712 and 5, all disconnects.
That's insane. Here we go. Here we go. I know, it looks kind of grainy here, huh? It's all right. Maybe he's got his graphics on hyper low to get the frame advantage here.
Perhaps. But these guys standing in the middle, and Gotti looks like he is going to be the aggressor starting things off. Bone looking a bit more content to kind of hang out on the outside and wait on shots to appear. But whenever the fight comes to him, he will throw back. Nice three-piece there. Gotti still advancing. Huge left hook there from Brook. I think it was partially blocked. These guys are just trying to stand on a napkin and throw, and you know what? I love it. Keep it up, guys.
Yeah, Bone doing work. Looks like he's kind of relying on the sways, the head movement to make Elite Kings miss and then make him pay. And Elite Kings is coming forward, but he's eating that left hook. Ooh, yeah. Watch out for the body shots.
Definitely. With that chin of Gotti, you can eat a lot. So he's probably not as concerned as maybe he should be, but perhaps it's with good reason because, man, Arturo Gotti is made of vibranium, specifically in this game.
Oh, man, Bone doing work is just landing heavy counters here, and those are pretty nasty. Huh? With the updates, they've upgraded the damage, I believe. And
oh, my goodness.
Elite King's got to be careful here.
You can't just stand there and eat those, man. Like, he's at the end of those punches just taking full combinations, and Bone doing work is happy to keep giving them out.
Yeah, he's like, all you can eat. Buffet, come here, and Elite King's like, let me get some of that.
Now, Elite King just trying to march forward a little bit, maybe put some pressure on Brook. And I got to be honest, Bone doing work is doing work.
He is. It's hard when you're going against an opponent that's relying on like the sways and already a rock in the later or the latter part of that round. And oh my gosh, stop the fight! What the heck?
I'm sorry.
Late shots.
Rob, we might have just seen an evolution in the Undisputed meta. I believe that is my first teabag that I've seen in recorded competitive play. We might be seeing the building blocks of future.
Someone get teabagged?
Yeah, he looked like he did the down sway twice.
My God, I missed the teabag, man. Darn it. That's awesome. Here we go, round number 2. Bone doing work in control right now. Looks like he's starting to get a little comfortable, a little cocky, a little swagger coming out here, Frank.
Absolutely. Those lean back left hooks. He's finding a home for him. And Elite King just seems to let him. Like, he's just walking forward, still throwing those hooks up top, letting him lean back and catch his own counter hooks. Whenever I personally see a guy throwing a lot of head movement, oh God, I don't just stand there and eat it. But yeah, no, I would be looking to go to the body, but right now he's just got to get those hands up and get out of dodge, because right now Bone doing work is he's got his foot on the gas pedal. He's looking like he's taking no prisoners right now. I got to be honest, this camera movement making me a little dizzy, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, this game always making me a little dizzy, a little nauseous when I'm playing it, especially when people are spinning in circles. That's hard to get through, you know.
I had to turn the camera tilt and the camera shake off because I felt like I was going to throw up after a couple of fights. But perhaps Bone is using that to his advantage. I don't know, man. He's using his hands to his advantage right now. He's doing a great job of just getting these combinations off, getting out of the range of Gotti whenever he's trying to come back. And right now, it just looks like Bone can do no wrong in this fight.
Yeah, and that is true. And it seems Elite King's kind of just walking right into his onslaught and trying to throw his own, but you know, Bone's defense and his movement is creating these counter opportunities while Elite King's is kind of just standing there eating him on the face trying to throw. So he might need to switch up his strategy.
Absolutely. It looks like, you know, every time he's just trying to step in and throw a couple of jabs. Yeah, that was a nice left hook he landed. Maybe he can build on that and capitalize. It just seems like every time he enters, he's trying to do so with a jab, and it looks like Bone is already privy to that. That's why he's leaning back, catching him with those left. Huge right straight there. Maybe that can give him a bit of confidence and a bit of momentum going into round 3. There's still a lot of fight ahead of us, Rob, so, you know, he's still got time to turn this around. But right now, Bone is looking great through 2 rounds.
Yeah, first 2 going to Bone, and it seems like maybe Elite King found something in that latter part of that second round. That straight, that power straight could be the punch, you know, as Bone's leaning back. I mean, that's pretty much the only direction he's going on is straight backwards. So maybe that straight to the punch, or straight to the head, straight to the body, and using those jabs, because he's just pretty much doing the same thing over and over again and cracking them.
He just burned his entire stamina bar. I think maybe missed 2 punches the entire time. You can't let him do that, man. Like, back up, get out of range, do something. Like, I mean, you know, obviously it's easy for us to say sitting here in the commentary booth. Whenever you're in there in the fire, things are just different. But, you know, a change of strategy seems like it could absolutely benefit Elite King right about now. Just what can he do in this situation, though, Rob, to get inside that range?
You know, I would probably like fake and come in, but not, you know, just use my footwork to get Bone to throw and gas him out a bit because he hasn't really done too much of like the feigning. He kind of just comes in and throws. He doesn't fake his entries. He doesn't really feint his punches. And I've realized that when you're going against someone that's relying heavily on like the maneuvering and the footwork and the lean backs, the countering is so OP in this game that it's hard to deal with. So it's a tough challenge for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking to maybe change things up here. He's starting to dig the body a little bit more, but then again, so is Bone. So that's that's not a good sign. You know, maybe you're trying to get some of that wind out of his sails since he is throwing a lot and going to the body. But then he just evens that up by throwing right back at yours. So that's
jeez, what are these guys doing?
They don't care.
They don't care about defense, bro. Maybe this is the Rocky Balboa strategy that Gotti's doing right here. Maybe Elite Kings know something that we don't. He's gonna gas out Bone just with punches to his face.
That's exactly. This is the strategy that Conor tried to implement against Khabib. You know, just get underneath him full mount, tire him out by letting him swing, and then you got him right where you want him.
Okay, Dominic. Well,
maybe go for an underhook after that.
3-0, huh? I would say Bone doing work, probably up 3 rounds right now.
I would say so, but hey, the fans really won that last round. I mean, both guys just stood in the middle and said, forget about it. Let's just throw. And as we see, like you said, on that scorecard, one judge gave round 1 to Elite King. So maybe we have no clue what we're watching.
Hey, maybe. Or maybe these judges are on something, but like you said, that's neither here or there. And I got to say, these guys are fighting really excitingly, like if that's even a word. I thought maybe because on ranked you run into these people that just avoid the fight, jab you, straight you. They're just trying to point fight you, but these guys are coming and bringing it to the table and they're throwing bombs, man. I'm loving it.
Absolutely, like you said, this feels like we're watching a Rocky movie live and in person.
Yeah, for sure.
Some leaked trailers from Creed 4, I guess.
I don't know, man. Bone's stamina is doing pretty good for the 4th round, but I don't know. It seems like Elite King is landing some of his own punches now on the entry and kind of catching up here.
Yeah.
Look at that one. Oh, again.
Huge right hand. He's starting to find himself in the pocket here. Oh! Maybe this was part of the strategy. He's starting to land some of those power straights, and those can make a difference quickly, especially when you got somebody with the hands like Arturo Gatti.
Yeah, it seems like he's standing a little bit further back, kind of finding his range and just kind of popping them with that straight. And that left hook is so nice in this game. I'm loving the left hook, and that right hook's pretty good too. I'm not sure what Kell Brooks' best shot is, honestly, but Bone doing work seems like he's maybe, I mean, we're looking at a stamina bar, but it just looks like he's slowing down a little bit.
From what I've experienced, Brooks' straight punches are probably his bread and butter. He's got some good hooks and good uppercuts, but that jab and that straight are just phenomenal, as we see from Bone. But also, Bone is just not being picky at all. He's throwing hooks, he's throwing uppercuts.
Oh!
As I'm saying that, he's throwing a lot of hooks to the head. I was about to talk about how he's mixing levels up, but hey, if it's there, keep hitting it, right? But at the end of that round, Gotti, Elite King, was really starting to find his footing, really starting to find those home for those hooks. Things are starting to get interesting here as we make it to the second half of this fight, Rob.
Definitely, and I'm loving Elite King's step-in jab, you know, the entries with the jab, not going to the body, and he's kind of using his footwork to stay on the outside, and it'll come in and pop him with that jab, and that's really working. Bone doing work, though, is catching him with those hooks when he's on the inside. Elite needs to come in, sting him, and then dip out, but when he's in the pocket, Frank, he's getting tagged.
He absolutely is. But one thing I have been seeing here in these more recent exchanges from Elite King, he's doing a better job of letting Bone throw first so that whenever he throws that straight or that jab back, he can take advantage of that counter window. But then again, it looks like Bone has made that slight adjustment and is mixing up the timing just a little bit. He's not able to do that anymore, but we'll see if he's able to make his own adjustment. That's the thing I like about this game. You can kind of see the chess match happening before our eyes. You can see the adjustments both fighters are making, but good Lord, that left hand, that's an adjustment he didn't he didn't take into account, and now Bone is trying to find a way to get him down. Huge right coming back, but oh man, this is not the time to stand and trade if you're Elite King, at least not in my opinion.
Definitely. Somehow Gotti able to just recover after getting rocked and then eat a couple punches in those flurries. But yeah, I was thinking the same thing. This boxing game, what's different about this compared to UFC is like the rounds. It is like a chess match. You see like the flow and the differences and the adjustments throughout the fight, and Bone doing work, kind of opening up with some jabs now, and it makes for a beautiful exchange. I love it. It's a lot different than UFC.
I think he just landed 6 out of like 10 punches that he just threw. And they look heavy, man. I don't understand how Gotti is still just walking forward through this. But hey,
got a
that's
chin.
what Gotti was like in real life. I mean,
Gotti has got a chin on him, and Elite Kings is relying on it because look at these hooks. And that power straight again just proven to be amazing for Elite King's game. But oh my God, power right spike. Oh my goodness.
There was a bell, guys. You're supposed to stop when the bell hits.
Woo.
They do not care. I love it, man. I love it. These guys are fighting like they just don't like each other. And
they just don't care about their head health.
None. I love it. I love it.
And it's 1.5 damage. How are they staying in there?
Willpower? Man, these guys, oh my goodness. If you were to drop a napkin, like right in between them, I don't think they would move off of it.
Nope. They might tear it though, because they're being pretty aggressive here. But yeah, their footwork is, they're pretty stagnant. They kind of just stand there and are just in the phone booth, just exchanging now. Look, they're trying to use their movement, but their punches are finding their mark.
Yeah, it looked like Brooke landed 2 or 3 counters in that one, but a nice counter jab there from Gotti. I'm telling you, it seems like just whenever you think, all right, Bone is starting to run away with this fight, Gotti's like, no, hang on.
Right.
See?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, both guys are kind of just tagging each other, and it seems like the straight punches, the money shot. There's that left hook, though, from Elite Kings, and now Bone doing work, kind of digging to that body.
Yeah, good slip there by Elite King to avoid that straight coming back. Both these guys are starting to show some defensive prowess, and then it seems like as soon as you're like, oh, okay, they're starting to pick up the defensive habits, they both just drop them and start throwing. So it's an interesting mix of like cerebral chess match and bar fight.
Yeah, for sure. And Elite Kings, I think he's starting to chip away on, that head health. Look right there, bang. His strategy's working. He's starting to win the battle of attrition, and that head health is low. He's trying to go for that knockdown, but unable to. And you're seeing Bone doing work, put up those arms and really block these punches because he knows, man, he's getting hurt in these exchanges.
And that block damage, that block health is getting lower and lower. Are we seeing Elite King start to pioneer the Homer Simpson strategy?
Yeah. Hell yeah, he's doing the SpongeBob, baby. I think he's starting to take over this fight. I think Elite Kings is kind of breaking Kell Brooks here, and the judges gave that to Bone doing work, but it's 56-58, very close fight, and you're seeing that block come up for Bone doing work. You're seeing the damage that has been inflicted, and that block is kind of getting tested, so we'll see how Bone responds.
Yeah, and it seems like both guys are going to respond the same way they have all fight. Stand here and throw some more.
Yeah, Gotti just relying on that chin, still coming forward though, strong and just aggressive, and sometimes that can chip away mentally at the opponent as well when they're just in your face, just throwing punches, and this is a perfect fight if you're Gotti, huh?
Absolutely. You're just trying to force him into making mistakes. You're eating whatever he's throwing and just trying to make sure you can throw back harder. Don't get me wrong, this is not a strategy I would advise to somebody on their first day in the gym. I'm not going to go out and show them this fight and say that's what you need to do, but it seems to be working pretty well for him as he eats 4 or 5 counters coming back. The announcer jinx is a beautiful thing, Rob.
It really is, and the defense there from Bone doing work is pretty good. Now he's kind of opening up to the body now, just these devastating body shots in round number 7, trying to slow down Gotti, and these are just working out beautifully, and it seems like Gotti's having a little bit more trouble landing these shots on the head when he's just getting drilled by Bone.
Oh, but then again,
as I was saying,
mixing up the level, going to the body and to the head. I don't know how like many more times, many more ways we can say it. These guys are fighting, man.
Yeah, they are. They are slugging out here. The block's holding up for Bone pretty well, huh? These punches aren't really going through anymore.
It is, and that's got to be a sigh of relief for Bone and maybe a bit of frustration from Elite King, because it's like, what do you have to do? It seems like you've been throwing everything and the kitchen sink at this guy. You know, like what's it going to take to get him out of there? You're not hitting him with soft shots, and he's only got like, what, 45% health it looked like?
Yeah, he's damaged.
But then again, here we are in round 8, and if this does go to the cards, I don't see how you can't give this to Bone doing work.
I agree.
But
it seems like, sorry to interrupt you. It seems like Elite Kings, you know, that when he throws the, oh my goodness, that left hand sneaks through. Kell Brooks, Bone doing work coming. If he gets this knockdown, that cements the fight, and there it is to the body, digs hard, and down goes Gotti.
That was kind of nasty how he got in there. He threw like one jab up top and then just dug 3 body shots. All of them found a home. And, you know, I love the mental aspect of it. You know, you make him start thinking, I'm trying to knock you out up top. And then you just, whenever he starts covering up, you just take what he gives you. Oh, my. And Elite King, nowhere near out of the woods. In fact, okay, I was going to say he might have stumbled upon a gingerbread house. This is going to get a lot worse.
Trying to eat it, but he's getting some cavities here. Oh my goodness, here it goes.
Wait a minute.
Elite Kings with the tag back. Can he get a knockdown of his own? He needs his bad. Big power shot maybe, but no. Bone able to get out of the way and stay alive, but the round is still not over. These guys are going for it now. We're going to see these guys. Oh, left hook, bang! There he goes. Elite King's on the floor. What a fight.
Oh my goodness. Is he going to be able to get up after that? I mean.
Yeah, he will. I got faith.
The pace that these two have put on has been insane.
Yeah. Most definitely. There's going to be, what, 20 seconds left on the third. Oh, 37 still, and you know Elite Kings is coming right after Bone here. He does not care. He's got him against the corner, too. Bone needs to move. Bang, bang! Left hook sneaks in.
Then again, Gotti just able to recover.
Ow.
Okay, he's taking a lot of damage here. Still trying to fight back, but it looks like he was attempting to go out on his shield, and he may end up doing just that. If he's able to get back to his feet, hey, hats off to him. But because if he's able to get to his feet, he's going to see the decision. Wow. He's going to see the decision. So shout out to Elite King, but I don't think it's going to be a decision that he wants to see, because, I mean, Bone doing work for the most part was leading the dance, was able to get his shots off. I can't say he was able to get out of danger, because good Lord, I mean, at every turn it felt like, okay, yeah, Kell Brook is really starting to get into his rhythm, starting to find his range, and he's just gonna, you know, be able to pick and pepper his shots, and then boom, he would get hit with something huge. And Elite King, I feel like he's gonna be one to watch out for as this game goes on, and as they kind of start giving buffs to inside fighting and making that style a little bit more viable. I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, what he'll do in like 3 months with a Canelo. Just this is something to keep my eye on, you know.
Yeah, I love the way he would just come forward and just bring the fight to his opponent. Bone doing work was just too good with his head movement and his counters and his adjustments. In round number 7, he started digging really hard to the body, and I think that's where it kind of crumbled for Elite Kings. But wow, these two really put on an exciting show, and might have even topped that first fight. I mean, they were going in at the end there in just an emphatic pace.
Yeah, 100%, man. I'm hoping that we have just witnessed a trend, right? Because that fight was probably better than the first one. Let's hope this third one's probably better than that one, and just keep it going. So just we're trying to get fight 2 back in. We've had some technical difficulties in the back. We're gonna go right to our co-main. So we're gonna get you a great fight with Papa Doc and Garrote TV, who appears to go by Raven on Steam. So that won't be confusing for us at all, Rob.
No, it won't. And Papa Doc, you know, this guy is so good at UFC, and he's one of those fighters that's just so cerebral and measured in his approach. So you know he's going to be absolutely insane at this boxing game. Raven, though, I'm not too sure who Raven is, or I guess Garrote TV. He's making his debut today. And dude, Carl Froch, that's my guy right there. I'm excited to see how he utilizes him. And is that Nigel Benn?
Yes. So I'm excited about this one because I use Ben at middleweight, or I use both.
Ben is an animal, dude.
Absolutely. Obviously, these guys are way better than I am, but still, it's gonna be great to see how this fight plays out, man. I'm excited, and I love the fact that we're here on the ground floor, new game, new season, and everything. I'm looking forward to seeing who's able to make those emergent performances. We don't know anything about Garrotti / Raven, but what if he just comes out here, puts on a clinic, and then now we've got somebody brand new to keep our eyes on. We've got something to watch out for as things get into a more formal season-like format, because right now everything is still just kind of experimental. We're still in early access. We're still just kind of figuring things out. We're keeping track of records and such, but it's not the same as what may be to come if as we start hammering out details and nailing things down. Right?
Yeah, most definitely. Everyone's just tinkering with their strategy, trying to figure out what works. You're seeing Raven 46-16. Papa Doc 32-22. These guys have had some fights under their belt, and we're gonna see what they bring to the table. Carl Froch is long; he's a slugger. I believe Nigel Benn is also a slugger, or maybe he's a puncher, but he can land some devastating damage. But Carl Froch also pretty durable and can land his own power, and he's pretty long with that reach. So we'll see how Papa Doc utilizes him.
I haven't played much with Froch, but what I have played, I enjoy how awkward he is. He almost kind of fights like a boxing equivalent of Dominic Cruz in the UFC games. His punches come from odd angles. You can't really, I can't really describe it other than it's awkward, but I like it.
Yeah, me too. He's the Cobra.
Yeah, I can kind of see that in the movement.
He's got the Cobra on his shorts. He strikes like a Cobra, and here we go. They're facing off. Papa Doc eyeing Nigel into his soul. Jagarty? Is it Jagarty TV?
It's Raven now.
Raven. That's so Raven. Let's hope we can predict the future here.
I don't get and they start off these guys.
Disney
Raven.
Channel. That's so Raven.
Oh, I was messing with you, Rob. I'm hip.
I thought you didn't know. Okay, here we go. Round number 1, 230. Already, you see that range? Look how big Froch is.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. It looks like he's 2 feet away from you, and then all of a sudden he's still catching you with those body uppercuts. The range is insane. And then on the other side, you would think that, Ben's range feels shorter than it looks. It doesn't look super long when he's standing next to Carl Froch, who looks massive next to him. But I feel like his punches kind of come up a little bit shorter than you expect them to on certain shots. But that's not stopping Raven from anything. He's coming out aggressive, and it looks like Papa Doc is being smart, picking those counters rather. Digging to the body as well. Ooh, I got to be honest here. What we're seeing so far, this might be a long fight for Raven.
Yeah, I would agree. It seems like Papa Doc already finding his range and his rhythm early and dig into the body. And those Nigel Benn shots, I'm not sure if he's throwing. Doesn't look like he's throwing power because those are pretty slow. I've noticed some of the punches are a little slow, and you'll have to add that power modifier to speed them up so they can be viable. And off the combos too, Frank, they sometimes speed up, so you have to kind of figure out what works. But look at the range from Papa.
Yeah, and one thing I'm interested to see, I don't want to, throw dirt at anybody's play style or anything.
Oh my goodness.
I was going to say Raven was throwing a lot of jabs, step back straight. I was curious how long it was going to take for Papa Doc to make an adjustment. The answer, not very.
Definitely not. You're seeing Papa Doc kind of moving, up and down and staying out of the way of those straight punches and just cracking them with Froch, throwing that damage out. And Ravens is not looking too comfortable here.
No. As like I said, he's throwing a lot of those step back straights, trying to get all the way the hell away from Papa Doc. But as we've seen, man, Doc is a very, very smart fighter. Picks his shots extremely well, and I'm loving the way he's ripping to the body as well, man, because that's gonna shorten the danger window quite a bit. He's not gonna be throwing with the same fire at 70% stamina, so. And this is a 10-round fight. And the way that Papa Doc is starting things off, it doesn't look like he's trying to rush a knockout or anything like that. He's fighting for 10 rounds. So that's worrying on the side of Raven, at least in my opinion.
100%. And you're seeing Raven throw in when he's half stamina. He's missing a lot of these shots. And that's, in my opinion, what gasses you out the most is when you're missing shots. You're throwing with low stamina. And on top of that, Papa Doc's throwing body shots. So this is going to be a long night for Raven unless he makes some adjustments quick.
He looks like he's trying to make adjustments.
Ooh, good shots there,
body uppercuts. They're landing, but I was about to say, besides those straights, I think he might have thrown 8, 10 in a row. But hey, if they keep landing, I guess. That said, man, Papa Doc, ooh, wow.
Sneaky hooks there, baby.
I was just about to say, Papa Doc is probably going to figure out, this is a very smart guy. We've seen him do it in UFC. He's got a counter in his bag for, you know, any kind of, I don't want to say the S word, but, you know, any kind of repetitive play style.
Yes. And he's just, look at how he's just kind of maneuvering up and down, staying away, and just on the outside of the punches. When he does come in, though, you're seeing Raven having some success with those body uppercuts. Look at, he's kind of cracking him with those body uppercuts, huh? But he's throwing, I mean, he's kind of gassed, so I don't know how much pops on those. But
yeah, and he's also, it looks like running into the arm fatigue, because I won't lie to you, I counted, there were 16 in a row there.
He don't care about stamina. He don't care if the punches have power. He just wants to land, you know?
Clearly. I'm just saying, and, you know, all respect to that. I'm just saying, I don't think that's going to work against Papa Doc.
I don't think so either.
We shall see.
And again, you know, that's when the KOs happen, I notice, is when your stamina is fully depleted and then the opponent who's fresh lands a power body shot or, you know, a headshot, and that's all she wrote sometimes.
Yeah. And it's those counter windows, man. You can tell that Doc is looking for the exact moment to throw where he can get the most damage out of it. It's a very efficient style.
Oh,
see?
Yeah.
He cracked him to the body right there.
And he looks like he's allowing his, you know, his stamina to recharge, so he's got full power on these punches. And this has got to stop for Raven. He can't just spam these jabs and these straights when he's not in range. He's just gassing himself out. And oh my God, no, dude, calm down,
please.
bro. Get a breath.
Begging you.
And you know what else? I'm a Carl Froch expert. In rounds 8, 9, and 10, he gets a huge stamina boost every round. I think it's called third wind. Yeah. So if he takes it, I don't even think he's gonna make it there because Raven is just spamming and gassing here.
Yeah, he's here for a good time, not a long time. The way he's fighting.
Yeah, short and sweet, I guess.
Yeah, but man, Doc is punishing right now, to be honest. Please stop throwing. No. Whenever the red light starts blinking, please stop throwing. You're not doing anybody any favors, except Doc.
There's no traffic. This is a boxing match. You don't have to be showing all these colored lights. Please stop. Oh my goodness, though. The triple body shots here. That's been his best punch, though, huh?
Yep. There you see triples up with the step back straight.
Oh no.
Oh man. And you know Doc is seeing this. I gotta wonder what he's saying about this.
Like, probably got a big smile on his face.
Because I mean, it's again, no disrespect to Raven. I'm not trying to like sit here and just like crap all over anybody. But you're not giving him much to adjust to. You're not giving him many reads.
Wait a second.
But you're still
Look
up
at
on
the judges'
scorecards.
scorecards.
All right, I'm gonna shut up then. I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know
They're
what I'm
loving
talking
it.
about.
They're loving this style. He's up right now, man. He's doing work.
Up.
Let's go, Raven.
And we might be seeing the upset of the century, man.
It must be those body shots. I mean, he is landing them. I mean, look at him. He's just digging into the body, but I don't
Maybe it's a percentage thing.
Yeah, I think he's kind of invested heavily into these first 3 rounds. But, you know, these later rounds are going to be real difficult.
I got to be honest. If he keeps fighting, you know, the way he is, it's going to be a nightmare if he gets to round like 7 and then, like you said, 8, 9, 10, and he's getting that additional stamina, which he already doesn't seem to be using much of. Like, he's not throwing a ton of shots. It's just everything he's throwing is landing and landing well.
Yeah, you know, when he's on the inside, he's landing a lot of good shots. And it's I guess it's working out for him. You know, sometimes when I'm playing ranked and I see the judges' scorecards and I see the opponent is ahead of me, it kind of screws with my mental game. But look at the damage output right now. Yeah. Look at the body, the head. I mean, Papa Doc is digging.
He's waiting on him to slow down from the arm fatigue, and then he's just swarming him with shots, getting some counters in there. But even whenever he's not getting the additional damage from the counters, I mean, he's just hitting them so much that, you know, you can't stand to that.
Oh, man. Lord. Beautiful combos with the uppercut left hook. Oh, he's on it down. Oh, no. Kept him up there. I don't know if he's getting up from this one. Looks like his mini game is okay. He's got an okay mini game there.
Able to get up at 5. Yeah, Doc is running away with this fight. Got that first knockdown. That's a huge statement to make. Going into what, round 5, I believe we're going into?
Yep, round 5.
No, bro.
Starting early.
50% health, 80% stamina. It's going to be a long night from Mr. Ben.
Yeah,
but hey, it's not over. This is boxing. One shot can change everything. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're right. You're right. Nigel Benn, especially, huh? He's known for his comebacks and his power shots and his durability. But it just seemed like in that last round, Papa Doc was starting to capitalize when Raven would gas out and throw in just vicious combinations, and he's already starting to put the gas pedal on him.
Yeah, definitely. You can see that he's being smart with his pressure. Like, he's walking in, but he's not just standing there waiting on him to throw and eating shots. He's stepping in to make him throw something, getting out of range, and then just rinse and repeat. And that's going to do another good job of just getting that stamina bar all the way out of there, man. Because if you're just standing there shadow boxing, Papa Doc's going to let you, and then he's going to catch you with that jab on the counter like that.
Oh, yeah, he's just doing an amazing job at range. And it seems like Raven is being a little smarter with his output here, kind of just throwing the jab out, just trying to score. He felt the power in that last round. He doesn't want that to happen again. So looks like he's just going to point fight here in round number 5 and try to get the judges to give him the nod. And this strategy does work. Hey,
I mean, it might not be the prettiest. It's better than 16 body uppercuts in a row. Just you got to do what you got to do. You got to make those adjustments. If I'm standing in the pocket getting boxed up every time I walk in, eventually I'm gonna stop walking in. You got to figure out just what those adjustments look like and what you can do to give yourself that most advantageous chance to win. Good Lord, that was a huge counter left there by Fraj.
That was nasty. Oh, here comes the body. Oh, no.
That might be it.
Oh, no. Bang, down he goes. And he got caught staying in the pocket. He was doing so good with his jab straights, and it doesn't seem like his mini game prowess is up to par, but he still manages to get up with Nigel Benn. Must have some good bravery. And
do you have a strategy that you like that you feel like works whenever you're going for that mini game?
I'm really good at it for some reason. I just use my peripherals and I try to I don't even know what I'm doing, but I don't even know how to explain it.
You heard it here first, folks. From
I'm just a
Bruce
god
Lee
at
Raw.
it.
Just get good. Exactly. Simply be godlike and you'll get up every time.
Yep. Your right side, your right eye's for the right side, left eye for the left side. You just gotta balance it out. Easy money.
See, what I do, I stare the left one down like it owes me money, and I just kind of hope, I use my periffs to try and line up the right one.
Right.
But I will have to try your strategy of just being better.
Cross your eyes and pray. Oh! Nigel Benn! Raven
so sorry.
taken to the body, put down Papa Doc! What's going on here,
Draw the attention away, Raven. Wow.
Holy
it's
smokes.
it's like he lulled Papa Doc into a false sense of security and then said, all right, it's my time now. Gets those huge uppercuts to the body and is able to drop Papa Doc. And you got to wonder, is that going to light a fire under Doc, or is he just like, whatever? Does he? What happens next?
That changes the fight right there. Raven has been landing a lot of good body shots. Maybe Papa Doc was getting overconfident. I mean, we were just rambling about
the minigame.
Some random stuff, and all of a sudden down he goes, and Raven making this a fight all of a sudden.
Absolutely. I'll be 100% honest and transparent. It was starting to look like it was just a foregone conclusion. But then all of a sudden, Raven's like, no.
Oh,
this is a fight. Huge body uppercut again. And you got to wonder, what is the body health of Carl Froch looking like? He's getting hit by these body uppercuts.
Oh! Frank!
Oh, my God.
Carl Froch got some gold in his abdomen because my boy Raven is out there digging. He's a 49er. He's cranking him.
He really is.
He's going on the inside. Oh, he's taking one to give one.
I think Doc was pissed off there at the end of that round. He was like, nah, bro.
Oh, shoot. Well, this is heating up, dude. And
Absolutely.
And look, it's 56-55. This is a fight right here, Frank.
It's much closer than I anticipated. I'm not gonna lie to you, Rob. I'm not even gonna begin to hold you. Like this has been evened up in the past 30 seconds. We thought this was done. We thought it was it. We thought it was a wrap like Saran, but all of a sudden, Raven is starting to figure out his timing. He's starting to figure out when and where to throw those body shots. He is digging. He is digging.
I think those 16 shot combos worked out in those beginning rounds. You know, we were giving him a hard time, but man, now they're adding up, bro.
Yeah, they really are. They're starting to make their effects known, and you know, you got to wonder is this going to be what leads Papa Doc to fight just completely outside? Is he going to start adopting a point fighting strategy, or as I had said earlier, does this just piss him off and make him figure out? Hey man, those shots are starting to add up. No matter how you look at it, no matter how many he's throwing, the ones that are landing are starting to matter. And that's got to be at least a little bit worrying for Papa Doc.
Oh, yeah, you're already seeing Papa Doc slowing down. These body shots are adding up, and he's kind of backing up. He looks a little uncomfortable now, and he knows every time he comes in, Nigel Benn is just drilling him, and he can't keep up with this kind of pace. He can't keep up on the inside. He's got to stay on the outside, but Raven just coming forward, that block up, and just drilling him.
Yeah. It's insane because you know what's coming.
He's got to go upstairs here.
He does. He's got to mix up the levels.
I wonder what that body health is looking like on Frotch. It's probably not looking good.
It's got to be on the floor, right?
Yeah. This is craziness.
It really is.
Oh! Papa Doc cracks him back and down goes Ben. Oh, knee to the face! Oh my God!
That can't be legal. Can we is somebody getting a point taken off for that? What's going on here, man?
Dude, if Nigel could get up right now, he could still win, but he just cannot get up. He needs to work on that mini game a little bit. He looks a little unstable on it, but wow, he almost came back in that fight.
He did, and that's honestly kind of a scary concept because, let's be honest, Doc was outboxing him the entire fight.
Yeah.
That is what it is. But just through sheer determination and body uppercuts alone, he was able to close that gap. And the fight was 56-55 whenever it was stopped. Who knows what it could have looked like if it kept going a few more rounds. We were talking, that center body health is quite low on Papa Doc, as we see there at the end. I got to see how many uppercuts he threw. 219 to 8 hooks.
125 body shots for Raven, 44 for Papa Doc, and it did not look good for Papa Doc, but
it didn't.
He landed that left hook, and Papa Doc did a better job of finishing the knockdown and completing it. Raven was hurting him to the body, and maybe should have thrown a couple hooks to the top, but wow, that was another exciting fight tonight.
Extremely exciting.
Yeah. Beautiful stuff,
man. You love to see it, to be honest. And it looks like things have been set up. We're able to go back to our second fight of the evening, and that was King Pop versus TKO Barber. Excuse me, sorry. King Pop lost to Pablo Grips in ESFL Undisputed 1. This is Barber's debut, and we've got some crazy high records on these guys.
Wow.
But I'll be honest, I'm no longer impressed by records because, as we've seen, at the beginning of early access, there was a lot of disconnections. And plenty of people were getting plenty of wins that way. And also, let's just call it out. Spam was running rampant for a while there, and they've made steps in the right direction to mitigate that. Still not completely perfect. We're not going to speak too heavily on that, but Spam is still a somewhat viable way to get wins. So I kind of throw records out the window at this point. I'm ready to see what they look like in the ring, what they're going to bring to us here, Rob.
I would agree with you. Records don't really matter at all at this point, and they're in the big arena with a big crowd. Sugar Ray Robinson versus Sugar Ray Leonard. This should be a very, very good matchup. Looks like we're going back to the 8 rounds because this was number 2, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of movement and a lot of speed here.
Yeah, I think Sugar Ray is going to win this one.
Yeah, I would agree with you, 100%.
Yeah, we're just gonna see who's able to, lead this dance, or maybe not even lead the dance, because both Sugar Rays are very good counter fighters. So it's just, let's see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. Already, you're seeing a lot of head movement by Barber.
Mm-hmm. You see Leonard trying to just establish that jab to start things off. Barber's trying to make sure that he is never in the same place.
It's going to be very hard for King Pop to make any aggression here because when, you know, people are utilizing this sort of head movement, man, that countering is just insane, dude.
It really is. Yeah, I'd say if I'm in Leonard's shoes, I'm just popping body jabs until he starts doing something else. Again, Leonard, sorry. I'm going to get confused this time. I apologize now. But yeah, Leonard's doing a good job of mixing things up to the body, maybe try and slow him down. But, I mean, hell, is there any slowing Sugar Ray Robinson down in this game?
I don't think so, but he is doing well, kind of coming in and popping him. That head movement not working out as well as it could. And I think King Pop is doing a good job popping his ass.
I think he is too, man. He's doing a great job staying around on the outside, forcing out the shots from Robinson, and then, like you said, just getting a little pick and pop, trying to drop his own offense in there. Good body uppercut there from Robinson. But hey, if he's gonna keep throwing, let him.
Yeah, it's an interest. I've ran into people that, you know, employ this style that TKO Barber is doing, and I don't understand it, but it does work in this game. If you like, because when you come in, you try to like, what is this? When you come in, you try to throw, like, you have that counter window, but he's not really throwing anything back. He's just kind of moving around.
Yeah, if I'm being honest here, Rob, I'm gonna take the point deduction and just blast a leg kick on her.
Yo, yeah, hell yeah, dude. Let's get Aldo in here and just let him blast a few leg kicks.
That's what I'm saying, man. That'll stop that movement real quick. No, but like you were saying, what do you do against that? You know, generally speaking, you try to go to the body whenever I see somebody doing a lot of head movement. But if he's blocking the body and leaning all around with the head, like, what do you do?
King Pop's doing a good job.
He is. There's not a clinch in online yet. I feel like that would be something that could be helpful in slowing down that kind of style, maybe. But yeah, like you said, Pop's doing a good job just making sure he's not in range whenever Robinson does try to throw.
Yeah, he's kind of just sitting there like, okay, you just want to flick your left stick around in circles, and he's just cranking them. You know, he's bopping them, and you know, Barber's gonna have to probably make an adjustment here at some point.
You would think, right? Like, I don't see how this can be a sustainable fighting style.
I don't either. I'm not sure. Maybe in some of the previous patches, oh my god!
Is that how it's sustainable? What just happened?
Is it over?
No,
oh my goodness, that was nasty.
Absolutely a little like, wait a minute.
What was that?
A flash knockdown.
Jeez.
Now how and why we got there, but that's what we got. And just like that, Barber's up 10-8 in this round. He's up on the scorecards, gets the first knockdown. He's winning the fight in the hood right now. Like, that,
yeah.
Everything just flipped on its head in 0.4 seconds.
It did. It did.
10-8. You can't keep doing that style. And he said, watch this. Bop.
This style is so hard to deal with. It really is, because they're just trying to create counter windows, and they don't really approach you with any offense. They just wait for you to come forward. It's really tough to deal with.
It really is.
King Pop is now getting frustrated.
How could you not?
Yeah.
Like
it's
you said, he's not throwing his own offense, giving you counter opportunities.
Right.
He's doing a great job of, you know, manufacturing his own counter windows with both the block and the head movement. It's dangerous out here. Hell.
Yeah, there it is. Round number 2 in the favor of Barber. And I don't know how King Pop is going to adjust to this strategy, because I don't even know what you should do here. It's a tough one.
Yeah, this is you know, this is a learning experience for everybody. Like, I'm sure there's somebody probably in the chat and in the comments like, guys, obviously you just do X, Y, Z, and this is how you beat them. But like, I'm just looking at this baffled, because I don't know what I would do against it.
You know, it's really hard to come forward with your own offense. You almost have to not go forward, and you have to stay on the outside, and you have to be very careful. You can't give them any counters, but they never come forward. You see him, he stands there now and throws that 1-2, and it's gonna just snowball from here. I feel Barber's just gonna take this one.
Now,
There's a
obviously,
nice jab.
I was going to say, things changed so fast. We thought that Doc was going to be able to take that last fight blindfolded, but then he got dropped twice. So,
Yeah.
or
You never
I guess
know.
dropped twice. Yeah, you never know. That's why they fight, right?
Yeah, definitely. That's why we're watching. King Pop taking the more traditional approach. And I would hope in the future that they would punish this sort of movement from Barber. I don't know how they're going to, though, because I've never seen a fighter move in this manner in boxing. You know, Floyd does it, but not like constantly, right? The whole time.
Yeah.
Because you don't really, I don't know, what's the negatives behind that? Is there any? Do you lose stamina? Do you?
Not whenever you use the lean. If he was using the left stick slips, he'd be losing a little bit of stamina. But whenever you use that lean, it just kind of stops your stamina from regenerating where it currently is. But if he's at full stam, then like,
oh, does it stop your full stamina from regenerating when you're leaning?
Like how the block does. You know, if your block's coming back, if your stam's coming back
then.
and you block, it stops. But I mean, again, if you're already at full stamina,
Yeah.
how much does it really help? I'm with you though. I hope that they do find some way to punish that stuff. Maybe not even necessarily punishing that style, but rewarding more realistic styles.
Right.
You know.
It's tied up right now, though, huh? 28. You know, King Pop, he's doing a phenomenal job dealing with it, you know. He's kind of tagging him when he can, and he's got to be really careful not to give Barber any counter opportunities, and that's really hard. That's why he's not able to throw any big shots. He's only able to throw those, you know, crispy little jabs and then get out of dodge, which I'm very impressed.
I am. He is fighting very smart given the circumstances. That was a nice jab that he gave him back. Plus, Sugar Ray Leonard, has that perk that gives him extra damage on his jabs. So, you know, maybe
Right.
fighting traditionally is the way to go.
Yeah, King Pop doing very, very well and kind of popping him. Both guys are using that step back hook or that step back straight jab. And at some point, maybe he could bait Barber into being a little bit more offensive.
It looks like Barber is kind of starting to, well, I was about to say he's starting to put his foot on the gas and throw a little bit more offense, but, you know, it looks like he's just picking those controlled bursts of when to explode. And Leonard is just trying to be constant, just, you know, like a fly in the face, just pop him a little bit, get out of the way, pop him a little bit, get out of the way. It's a good adjustment, like you said. He's fighting very well against this style. I feel like he's doing a decent job of figuring out where the openings are and trying his best to capitalize on them.
Yeah, he is. I'm pretty impressed. You're seeing Barber still kind of moving around, protecting himself, being very defensive, trying to find those counters, and every now and then he comes forward, kind of pops the 1-2. Big flurry by King Pop there. Nice job, and King Pop staying out of the range very well. Oh, man. Barber tagging him.
Yeah, he was half a second away from getting caught by that uppercut, but good movement, and he lands one of his own. It's a pretty good, decent fight so far. Neither guy seems too content to just stand in the middle like our previous three fighters, but, you know, I enjoy seeing the I feel like I can see the wheels turning in King Pop's head. Like, all right, let me try this. Okay, that didn't really work. What about this? Okay, a little success. What about this? You know, I enjoy seeing that, seeing him try to figure this puzzle out.
Yeah, adjusting as well as he can. It just seems like he's gonna have to rely on the jab, maybe the occasional body shot he's throwing out, but you can't really unload on a guy like Barber, because if you do, you're going to miss, and then he's going to make you pay. And I think that's what happened in that second round. You know, he had that huge counter opportunity, dug to the body, and just got a flash knockdown. I mean, it's a tough Rubik's Cube to crack.
Yeah, absolutely. So my issue with Rubik's Cubes, I can get one side of it, but nothing else. And it kind of seems like that's almost the situation that Pop is in here now. I move the stickers, I just peel them off, and then I just put them right back on.
There you go. Find a way. We all find a way. And King Pop, who do you think's winning this fight right now? It's very interesting.
I don't know, because
much different than the other ones.
Because it seems like, you know, King Pop is being more aggressive, but he's not landing as much.
Right.
Or I guess technically he's landing more. He's not landing at as high of a percentage, whereas Barber is barely throwing.
Yeah. Barber's kind of just moving and grooving, and flicking that left stick like a wild man and blocking everything. And King Pop's like, what the heck am I supposed to do here? But he's doing it.
He is. That's what I'm saying. I mean, he's doing a great job of fighting through this adversity and just doing everything he can to land his own offense, his own damage. Oh, left hook there.
Big left hook.
That might be what he needed to get himself some confidence and realize I am on the right path. Let me just stick to what I'm doing.
Oh!
He's starting to catch him. He's starting to find the windows here, Rob. It's starting to heat up.
I'm super impressed with King Pop right now. I think he might have taken that round. It's hard to tell with these judges. I'm having a really hard time learning how to judge these, like how to score these fights.
Right. And the thing is, even the predictive scorecard that they're showing, that's just one judge. Yeah. And that might be the guy, that might be the accuracy guy, right? But
is that the same judge every time?
I don't think so. I'm not sure.
Is it just a random judge that they're just showing?
I don't know. I think it is just a random judge.
Okay. But kind of nice to see open scoring, I guess.
Yeah. I just like that, you know, one judge might be looking for power. Oh, huge counter uppercut to the body. He's going to be looking for more of those as King Pop. One judge might be looking for power. One's looking for accuracy. One is just on his phone. But, you know, it's just what we get out of these. How do you score this fight?
I have no idea. It doesn't. Barber has no offense right now. He's just literally swiveling a stick, and King Pop is just popping him. So I gotta say, King Pop's winning the fight.
I would think so too, but like probably some judge is like, man, that's the sturdiest Harlem Shake I've ever seen. So like, I gotta give him some points for that.
Yeah, man. I mean, what else can you say?
What else can you say?
That head health is being tested on King Pop, though. I mean, something's landing for Barber here. Digging to the body, bouncing around, trying to get out of dodge, but King Pop still just moving and grooving well.
Absolutely, man. And I don't know what, but like, something's got to be done, right? Like, you can't, I don't know, man. I don't see how this is realistic in any way, shape, or form. I'm not trying to, like, again, I'm not trying to attack anybody's play style. I feel wrong doing that while I'm sitting here in the booth and they're actually in there. Huge left counter there from Leonard. That's what he's got to keep looking for.
Might be punishing him right now, and this it's looking pretty good here. I don't know if Barber's scoring here as much as King Pop, but I mean, that's what you got to do against these guys. Is you stay real patient. You stay on the outside. You don't give him any big counters, and you just kind of tag him when you can, and you be real accurate. And there you go.
He's actually up on the cards.
Yeah, he's up on the cards. Now Barber's got to come forward and provide some offense. He's got to come for it. This defensive style is not going to work here.
No. At least if that scorecard is right, you know,
right.
Yeah, it looks like he is starting to have to be the aggressor a little bit more, and Leonard is aware of that. And now he's like, oh, you like defensive boxing, right? So like, you're gonna enjoy what I'm doing, right? Like, I think it's funny how the shoe seems like it's on the other foot now.
Right. It seems like Barber is getting hit a lot more trying to come in because maybe he's not used to being the offensive fighter. But we'll see. Still really not coming in for anything. He's still doing the same strategy here, and King Pop is just drilling him.
Maybe that's just, you know, what he knows. Just like real life, some guys can't lead the dance. You know, like there's nothing inherently wrong with that. That's just how they fight. That's just their style. But like, oh no, it seems like King Pop is good at both being the aggressor and also being the one that's getting out of the way and just frustrating with the counter shots.
Most definitely. Oh, sticking him. He's making it look good, huh? He's making it look good. He's fighting more orthodox. He's maybe showing off a little bit of a better product. Is King Pop?
Yeah, he's looking like he's starting to figure it out. He's got one side of the Rubik's Cube done, and now he's starting to work on the others.
And he's not peeling off the sticker. He's figuring out the right way, Frank. He's
exactly
moving up, moving left.
Yeah,
I like the way
I like the way that he's just skirting around on the outsides. You know, just there's that zone in the middle of him where, hey, I can hit you here, you can hit me here. He's doing a good job of when he's not throwing, being nowhere near that zone. Yeah, you know, I like the again the the turntables. It's just kind of, the first 3 rounds of this fight, Barber.
Oh, he's drilling him. King Pop heating up, and Barber's got to do something here.
Yeah, I just realized this is the 8th round in a very close fight, Rob. What can we expect here in this last round? I don't know who's got what where. Like, what are the judges seeing?
I'm not sure, man. I think Barber is going to just keep dancing around, and he's going to try to find like a big counter, and King Pop is just going to stand the outside and just keep, tagging him from outside with the jab. And I don't know what the judges are how they're going to score this, but it seems like King Pop's in the lead.
You would think, but then like Barber's able to hit him with a good shot, and then you see that health. It doesn't look like Leonard has much health, so if Barber's able to get a good flurry, he could put him down.
Yeah.
The thing is, that's dependent on Barber throwing a flurry, which he does not seem to want to do.
Nah, he just wants to throw the occasional straight jab, move his stick in all sorts of directions while holding block, and then hopefully get maybe a big counter opportunity. I mean, yeah, that left head has been eating shots, but man, King Pop is landing these power flash hooks, the snapshot punches.
Yeah, he's landing them really well. Those straights and those jabs are starting to find a home with consistency for Pop. And you got to wonder if that's going to be enough to do it on the scorecards. One thing we don't have to worry about, or to wonder about rather, I know that Barber's L2 button is sweating right now.
Barber's
huge counter.
L2 button might break after this.
Whoa!
Down goes Barber.
Potatoes. Jesus.
Damn, he makes him pay for dancing around.
He finally is able to crack through the walls of Jericho, it felt like. Yeah, I mean, that is the fight. The bell just rang. Hey, man, I think on my scorecard, I'm giving that one to Leonard.
Yeah, most definitely.
And so are the judges. Wow, what a great job of just staying in there and figuring out the puzzle by King Pop, because Lord knows I wouldn't have been able to figure that out. He'd have still been dancing on me, and I'd have been in the corner mad. But, King Pop able to figure out where his shots were and where his offense was, right?
Oh, man, that was a beautiful, beautiful ending to that fight. And I gotta give props to King Pop, because I've faced guys like Barber on rank, and it's the most frustrating thing to fight someone with that style, which I think is so unrealistic, and it doesn't make any sense why anyone would fight like that. So it's beautiful to see someone expose that style, in my personal opinion. And I'm a huge King Pop fan. He kind of fought like more of a simulation, and
absolutely.
It was great to see him take out somebody like Barber.
Yeah, I feel like he did a great job of just figuring out things, on the outside, figuring out where his space was, where his jabs were, where his straights were. And again, I don't want to sound like we're just attacking Barber or anything, but like, when's the last time you turned on a boxing match and just saw a dude doing this the whole time, bro? Like, I'm sorry, man. That's what it is.
I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. It's the pro style. It's the pro style, bro.
Maybe that's why I ain't never seen it before. That's the East Coast boxing, and we over here on the West Coast. That's why we've never been privy to that.
All right, but we're getting into our main event.
Oh man, and I am excited about this one. Yes, sir. We got KYoungButta taking on Jaco. Both of these guys are making their debuts in Undisputed. KYoungButta was at the ESFL live competition in Vegas. He fought, he did his thing on that. Unfortunately, was not able to take home that top prize, but hey, only one person was able to anyway. The fact that he was there is huge. And then Jaco is just ready to put on a show and give us something to remember him by. So, hey, let's get it. We gotta get some things figured out in the back before we can officially get it. But things are we've had a great afternoon of fights here, Rob. We've had some bangers.
Yeah, I thought a lot of the fights were going to be like that last one, because I played a lot of ranked matches, and that's kind of how it was turning out, at the higher, sweaty upper echelon. But man, these guys in the ESFL, they're bringing it for us. The first 3 were amazing, just throwing it down and coming inside the pocket, maybe not even being very strategic, but being very exciting for the fans out there at home watching, and me and you as well, Frank. And it's been pretty fireworks And this main event, I'm super excited for because KYoungButta comes from the UFC, and he's one of the most dynamic, aggressive, talented strikers that game has to offer. And he's been grinding. And Jaco, making his undisputed debut against KYoungButta. Hopefully, Jaco's been training hard because this is a 12-round fight, which means you got a lot of rounds to make, a lot of adjustments, and it's going to be very amazing to see how these two meander the battlefield here in the boxing ring.
Absolutely. 12 rounds is a very long time to stay focused. So we're going to see if both these competitors are able to do that or get their opponent out there early, whichever works, right?
Yeah, whatever works. I wonder who. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm with you, though. Been very impressed with the level of fights here. I was also worried that it was just going to be a lot of the things you see on ranked, a lot of
cheese.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say aged milk, but it's the same thing. You see a bunch of cheese. I was scared it was gonna happen here, but we have not gotten that for the most part. There have been a couple of slices here and there, but for the most part, very high level technical fights, and I love to see that. This is a game that I feel like very similar to UFC 4. Whenever somebody is a very high level player playing it, you can see that. You can tell the difference between two very good players and two guys who just pick the game up and just want to start throwing. Not to disparage anybody, any one side or whatever, but it's just so much better watching good fighters fight.
It is. Sometimes it's fun watching the bad fighters fight too, because they're just throwing bombs, but definitely to see the skill and the elegance out there and the decision making and throughout the rounds, every round you see these guys, switching it up and making those adjustments. Like you said, it's a chess match in boxing. In UFC, you could kind of come forward, block break, and just smash your opponent, trap him against the cage. But in boxing, you got to be a little bit more smart. You got to be a little bit more calculated.
Absolutely. And we're seeing those calculations here. That's why they call it the sweet science and all that. But we're just trying to get some things figured out in the background. But just again, growing pains. Everything's early access. We're all still in the beginning stages. We again appreciate your patience, and I'd like to think, Rob, that this is just building more anticipation for our main event, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Allowing us to run our flaps and talk. And I'm wondering when they're going to start adding, new boxers. They have a pretty good lineup right now, but I gotta say I'm excited for.
Who are some people you're looking forward to getting into the game?
Ooh, I'm excited for my boy Conor McGregor. Hopefully he can get into the game. Jake Paul.
Yes, sir.
All those top tier boxers. How about you?
Man, I'm looking forward to whenever they get the realest of the real, Rocky Balboa, Apollo Creed.
You think they're gonna add they might. That'd be pretty sick.
I feel like if you're gonna add Apollo, you gotta have Rocky. It's just not, and let's be honest, Apollo is the draw here.
Then they need Clubber Lane.
Absolutely.
That would be sick.
Hey, give me Thunder Lips too. Go ahead and throw Hulk Hogan in this piece.
Oh wow, he's gonna be throwing people around and
maybe not Hulk Hogan.
Who is a realistic boxer though that I am excited for? I really need to think about that.
Lomachenko is at the top of my list.
Mike Tyson, no doubt. Lomachenko, of course.
Yeah, just like with the way this game is and like how beautiful the combos can flow. I can't wait to get my hands on Loma. I cannot wait to use Lomachenko. And I'm trying to think who else has been like confirmed that I am really
so many people.
Such a huge roster.
What's that guy's name? Fafimo? The guy that beat Lomachenko?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I was about
chat,
to start
you guys
lying
gotta help
to
us
you.
out here, chat.
Please.
Coach Goody will help us out here. Who is it, Coach? I'm excited for that guy.
He goes hard. That guy is a beast.
He is. And what about that Australian guy that beat the guy that I'm trying to talk about?
Oh yeah, 100%.
The guy with the tattoos.
Yeah. I always have massive respect for anybody who can fight upside down like Australians.
Yeah, Teofimo Lopez.
Thank you, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's the one. Cambosis. Do you know Cambosis?
No, but I did hear that he was supposed to be in the game, but apparently it's not anymore. Apparently it was a whole thing. I don't know.
I wonder what they have to do. They probably have to. Do they have to pay? Do you think they're paying the guys that they're getting in the game, or do you think they're just being like, "Hey, we got a game. We want to feature you." You
I
think Floyd
assume they're
Mayweather's
paying
gonna get in?
people, right?
I don't know.
I would
Yeah, I
assume,
think
but at the
so.
same time, it would be awesome if
That's
they was
true.
like, "Hey, you want to be in the game?" People are like, "Yeah, sure." That goes super hard if that's the case. I'm just being honest. I love that idea.
I want to see Floyd badly. Oh,
Yes.
Gervonta Davis. Yeah,
He would
Briz.
be an incredible addition to
Oh,
this
that'd
game.
be dope.
Oh
Rolly
yeah, I guess I
Romero.
should have. I should have turned that question to the chat. They'd be much better to ask. Who are you guys looking forward to using and to seeing get added to this game?
Yeah, exactly.
let us
Manny
know.
Pacquiao.
Okay.
Take us away, Frank.
It looks like we've got things ready. We have got KYoungButta. We've got Jocko. Both guys are locked in. Looks like Butta's using Ricky Hatton. And is that Josh Taylor that Jocko is using? My eyes are not the best. I apologize.
I didn't even see. I was reading chat, but we're seeing Frank Bruno here.
Shout
Looking
out Frank Bruno. Best
like a beast.
best name I've ever heard. You know,
Frank
shout out Frank.
Bruno. Oh, here we go. Oh, this fight's gonna be good.
Yes, yes, it is.
Oh, he's using Ricky Hatton. He's got that liver perk. Yeah, he's got the body
Yep.
shots.
I love this, man, because this is again stepping off of Mount Olympus. We don't need all your sugars. We're just gonna step down here and have two guys who want to fight, and let's see them fight. Dalton Smith and Ricky Hatton. When's the last time you saw anybody use Dalton Smith online, much less in a competitive situation like this one?
I have no idea. I've never seen Dalton Smith. This is wild.
I feel like I used him once against my friend whenever we were just messing around. But wow, Hatton starting things off. Big right straight is probably the most significant strike of the fight to land thus far. And yeah, that's what I was just about to ask. How long do you think it's going to be before Ricky Hatton starts digging that body?
I don't know. Right now, already that left hook was banging. And yeah, one thing I really like about this game, Frank, is how unique each fighter feels. You know, they did a really good job at making them all feel a little bit different, right?
Absolutely. You know, there are some differences that are more pronounced than others. Like obviously, Roy Jones feels way different than Dalton Smith.
Right. A little bit quicker, huh?
Yeah, just a touch. Maybe the hits a little harder too. But yeah, no, it's you can tell a uniqueness, and I do really appreciate that. Like earlier, whenever dude was using Joe Frazier, I feel like he was able to slip a couple of shots by not moving and just standing there using Frazier's default, you know, kind of tick-tocking stance. And I appreciate that they have those small quality of life features like that.
Yeah.
Specifically for the people. Go ahead.
I was gonna say in this fight, I'm really liking KYoungButta. He's finding those body shots, that left side, but he's not forcing them. He's just kind of popping them out there early.
I like that Jocko is using Dalton Smith like he's Dalton Smith. Like he's not trying to stand here and walk forward and just eat these shots from Ricky Hatton and just keep throwing. He's trying to fight smart, figure out where his offense is going to open up. You know, he's taking what the defense gives him. It's just at this moment, the defense ain't giving him a whole lot. So I'd say that first round was a feeling out process for both guys, but I think KYoungButta was able to just push the tempo a little bit more, and that's what's got him taking an early lead on my scorecard at least.
I would have to completely agree with you. And again, now kind of opening up with the power liver shot there, and that's going to eat away at the stamina. It's going to do some good damage to the body, and Jocko also trying to go to the body, but just not as powerful. I'm not even sure what Dalton Smith is great at. Do you know, Frank?
He's 13-0 with 11 knockouts. Pretty sure he's the IB. He's a champion. I can't remember which belt he holds, but he's got some skills. He's got a lot of upside. He's a prospect right now, but he's shown a lot in those 13 fights. 11 knockouts, man. You don't do that by accident. So he's got decently heavy hands. I just don't know if they gave him any of the heavy hands perks that a lot of people have in this game.
Right. So he's got some power, but definitely probably Ricky Hatton has got the advantage on the body shots.
Yeah.
And KYoung using a lot of it here. He's staying way outside of the range, and when he comes in, he explodes with some good shots, and then he kind of gets out and is very defensively calculated.
Yeah, for sure. I do like that he is trying to mix in some of those body shots to slow Hatton down a little bit. It's just, that's a very dangerous situation to be in. If you're able to hit Hatton with body shots, he can hit you with them. And his hurt a lot more. Oh my goodness. But if he comes with a left up top, that's also going to put Smith in a lot of danger. He's trying to just get himself out of range. And good Lord, Smith's health takes a long time to come back up, especially in comparison to, the Fraziers and the Gottis that we've seen earlier. Once he's in trouble, he is in trouble. So we got to see what adjustments he's going to be able to make. Looks like he's going to be able to survive the round. Potentially 12 seconds is a long time. But, man, things were getting a little sweaty there for Mr. Smith.
Yeah, they were. Ricky Hatton's got a nasty left hook and a left hook to the body, and KYoungButta is utilizing those very well. And yeah, that was a great point by you, Frank. He had a large recovery window there, so he's got to be careful because next time KYoungButta seemed to be a little bit slow on the approach there. But now, left hook body, nasty stuff from K-Young.
Yeah, he's starting to mix his combos up well, and just like I can't talk. Like we've been saying a lot, you got to be especially careful with Ricky Hatton on the inside because he's so good at mixing up levels. That said, Smith gets a huge body shot. Nice little flurry there from Jocko on the inside.
Yeah, that was a nice little combination from Jocko, finding his mark a little bit, not throwing power, just kind of popping those punches out there in rhythm. Using the sidestep as well. Didn't see a lot of people throughout this card use that sidestep, but that straight lead hook from KYoungButta landed nicely.
Yeah, man, those body shots are absolutely going to start taking their toll. I like that Jocko is just being patient, figuring out when is the best time to throw. He's trying to figure out when. Nice double up on the left hook, and that puts some pretty good damage on the right side of the head of Ricky Hatton. You see him starting to circle away from that left. He's aware of that. So I'm just curious to see, hey, man, I don't think anybody expected to see somebody using Dalton Smith on an ESFL Undisputed card, but he's doing so very well, and honestly, you would think that, Ricky Hatton would be running away with this fight. And while I do feel like he's got the advantage right now, bang, ow, that huge right hand is, Anyway, as I think he's got the advantage right now, that's not to say that Smith is out of this fight by any stretch of the imagination.
No way. He's in this fight 100%. And KYoungButta, here comes Jaco, though, just throwing like these great combinations. Left hook, right hook, left hook. He's kind of floating around, using his side steps. Dang. Little back sway, a little pull there, and Jaco's looking pretty good here.
Yeah, Jocko is looking pretty good. But that said, man, K-Young is starting to figure things out on the inside. It looks like I love the way he is mixing those combos up, going to the body, going to the head, changing what he's throwing. The judges have him up 3-0 right now, but hey, a lot of fight left ahead of us.
Yeah, there is a long time to go till we get to that 12th round, and KYoungButta is finding these big power shots with Ricky Hatton. Left hook connects again. Right there.
And he starts digging the body. That's it. Drop him to the ground. We get our first knockdown here in round 4. Ricky Hatton, a beautiful left hand up top. We're going to see how the recovery game of Dalton Smith is. He's able to get back up at 5. And
quick get up.
Hopefully, if Dalton Smith for real is watching this, he's got his own fight tonight. We're not trying to, we hope this doesn't happen to you. Man, things are just, he's trying to figure out, you got to wonder what is going through Jocko's head. What adjustment is he looking for? What can he do to turn this around? Because, right now, things are starting to get, I'm not going to say out of hand, but it's starting to look like one-way traffic.
It is. He's got to figure out a way to avoid these power shots. That left hook from KYoungButta has been money for him, and now he's kind of opening up with these uppercuts. In his exchanges, he is just winging punches. But, Jocko is still, fighting well. It's just KYoungButta is just fighting excellent.
Yeah, he's doing a great job of just, coming in there, putting on his pressure, and not being there when the return shots are coming back. He's caught a couple of counters, like that jab, but for the most part, I feel like he's doing a good job of getting out of range whenever he needs to, but also not getting too far out of range where he's still, able to put some of that pressure on and take one step forward and get that right hand off. He's landing some big hooks here in this round.
Yeah, KYoungButta's got a great range, and he's utilizing the mixed body uppercut, or the upstairs, downstairs punches, body head, and just doing his mix-ups amazingly. And now he's just throwing big body shots at the end of that round. KYoungButta surging.
Absolutely. That was a beautiful flurry there at the end of the round. You know, catching him up top, getting 3 body hooks down at the end. Man, he's starting to find the flow.
Oh, yeah. Starting to find the rhythm early.
Yeah, it's never too late for adjustments, and we're going to see Jocko looks like he might be starting to throw caution to the wind, and he's just like, you know what? If I'm going down, I'm going down fighting. We're going to see how that benefits him going forward.
Yeah, whenever he comes on the inside, he is throwing some good stuff, but KYoungButta is just pounding that body with those right hooks, the left hooks, the side steps as well, and he just looks like he's just a little too skilled here, and Ricky Hatton just feeling like a glove with his play style.
Absolutely. One thing I am liking from Jocko, though, I think he'll be able to catch him with one. He's trying to time that power straight whenever Hatton comes in. That's it. See, there it goes again. That said, Butta's doing a great job of knowing that, and you see him sidestepping and just moving laterally a lot to just try and get out of the way of those straight punches. I'm just curious to see, will Jocko be able to time one of those? Will he be able to land one of those and maybe change the complexion of this fight as he's getting ripped to the body?
Just getting drilled to the body, and Ricky doing a great job. KYoungButta kind of sidestepping up, staying away from that left hand and maybe cutting him off a little bit. Left hook lands for Jocko.
And now Hatton in that loose movement just catches a big right hand right there. But I was gonna say he's using that loose movement, trying to press, the perceived advantage on the scorecards, and just and continue to apply pressure. He's trying to finish this fight right now.
Oh, just a little out of range with that flurry, but man, that left hook again, the 3rd time in a row, Frank, has devastated Jocko.
Yeah, Jocko's got to start being more careful of that. Now, obviously, way easier said than done. Ricky Hatton's got some crazy speed in that left hand. And, it just seems like that speed might be a little bit too much for Dalton Smith at the moment. One thing to keep an eye on, KYoungButta is being very, very efficient with the stamina. He's still sitting on 100% while getting good offense off and being ahead in this fight. So you got to wonder what the stamina of Smith is looking like and how that's going to affect him going forward. It's almost like he's starting to slow down a little bit right now here, Rob.
Yeah, it does. And that's a great point. That stamina is almost 100%. It's almost perfect. And he never really goes below 80 to 70%. And that just means his punches are snappy. They're powerful. And we're seeing that's why those left hooks. Oh, look at that sidestep body. I mean, that's just beautiful.
Yeah, sidestep body into the straight left hook up top. He's doing a great job just mixing these combos. And now that we're starting to get towards the middle rounds of this fight, he's doing a good job extending those combos. He knows he's only got 6-ish rounds left, so he doesn't have to be as judicious with the stamina, but still doing a great job not throwing too much too often. You see, he throws that big left hook there, but then waits on all of his stamina to come back before he throws anything else. Now, that said, that's leaving some openings for Smith to just start mixing them up a little bit with the combos. You see Dalton Smith starting to throw a little bit more. Jocko starting to find his own rhythm and range here, Ralph.
100%. And that's the key to these boxing fights and these longer rounds is like, when do you put your pedal to the metal? When do you start, trying to burn your energy that you've been kind of accumulating in the earlier rounds? And it seems like KYoungButta, oh my goodness, boom, boom, boom. Here he comes, Frank, big shot. Can this be the moment?
No, he's not. I thought he was going down for certain because, Hatton was landing everything right there. Like you said, he called him boom, 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 3 big shots. All 3 with the camera flash, all of that.
Oh, man.
But Jocko's still able to do a good job of staying on his feet, staying in this fight. He's got to be worried, man. There's no way he's not. But he's landing his own big
ran right into that right hook.
What an ending to that round. Like I was saying, it seemed like all hope was lost for Jocko, but he said, bump that. I'm going to stand in this middle. I'm going to bite down to the mouthpiece. I'm going to win the round.
I don't know how he won that round, but yeah, in that last flurry, you saw KYoungButta lean left right into that right hook of Dalton Smith. And Jocko does have, the ability to throw these beautiful combinations. And every time he's hurt, he stays relaxed. He stays just out of range. If KYoungButta just gets a little bit further into the range of Jocko, he would be able to knock him down, but that's hard to do sometimes.
Absolutely, man. Especially whenever you have been hit coming back like he's currently experiencing now, because I'm not gonna say it takes away from some of the confidence, but it makes you think twice. You know, you're not just like, I can go in and do whatever I want, especially when you're getting hit with those big right hands like that, and you got to take a little second to pause. You just gotta. I can't talk because I'm getting excited, Rob, but it gives you more to think about.
You are talking very well tonight, my man. And little body exchanges there, and both of these competitors are using that step. I'm loving it. And I don't know, Jaco seems like he's kind of staying away from the damage a little bit more in this round, moving to the upper echelon of this ring, staying out of the way of the power of KYoungButta, and KYoungButta kind of holding that block. Whoa, what happened to that left arm?
I think he broke it. Can we get a doctor stop it? Somebody throw up the X, do something.
Pop the elbow. Whenever they get close, it seems like that left hook is just there. That jab left
For
hook.
both guys.
Yeah. But they're doing well finding their mark.
I love it though, man, because you know these rounds are very close. I feel like this is a very muddy fight, specifically here in these middle rounds, because every time somebody lands offense, so does the other guy. You know, and I love it from a fight perspective. Nobody's able to get comfortable. Nobody's able to just be like, all right, I'm up now. Let me start point fighting and just, you know, let me start doing the Harlem Shake in the middle of the ring.
Yeah. Definitely an adjustment there by Butter. He was kind of holding his block up, maybe adopting more of that Mexican style where they just push forward, go into the pocket, and just try to trade, which is kind of exciting to see. We're in round number 8 right now, and Jacob kind of trying to float around the outside and sting him with these jab straights and these hooks.
Yeah, and like you said, we are in round 8. This is, as I was about to say, this is where we're going to see both fighters probably try and step on the gas tank. Oh my goodness. And now, yeah, Haddon's just trying to find a way to finish this one. He's already gotten one, maybe, has he gotten 2 knockdowns? He's gotten 2. And yeah, he's looking to finish this thing out, but Jaco, Dalton Smith, ever the warrior, biting down on the mouthpiece and just coming forward. He's taking some shots, but he says, you know what, forget about it. I'm going to try and land my own too. And he's getting some good shots coming back here. It's just Haddon has done too much damage at this point. You got to wonder, you know, how much longer is Dalton Smith going to stand in this war of attrition? Perhaps not much.
Hurt again. You know, Jocko's been doing such a good job at blocking that body and kind of keeping his head back so he's not, you know, put to the ground. But KYoungButta again
Just
and again tagging it with these power shots from Ricky Hatton, and you just got to think it's going to get worse and worse as the durability of Dalton Smith deteriorates.
Now, see, that, in my opinion, would have been the perfect time for Smith to start throwing. He had just thrown a power shot and missed. You got a second to try and get, you know, a little bit of offense, maybe stop him from regaining some of that stamina. But now, after the reset, he's able to land that power jab.
Oh, man. Block counters here by KYoungButta.
This is a fight.
This is a great fight. They're starting to heat up a little bit. And even though Jaco's getting cracked, he's still not afraid to throw his own punches. He's not turtling up. He's still letting that offense fly. But, man, KYoungButta's Ricky Hatton is devastating here.
Absolutely, man. It's huge right straight. You got to wonder how he didn't get rocked.
Oh, my goodness.
1 second left. I wasn't sure if he was going to go down at the end of the round there. Man, these guys came to play. I love it. I love every second of it, Rob. These are the fights that I was looking forward to. You know, like you were saying, Jaco's getting cracked in these exchanges, but he doesn't care. He's gone to that place of forget about it. He's in that dark place where he's just throwing everything, trying to make sure he can even this up a little bit. I love to see it.
Yeah, 100%. And this is why this is the main event. This is why this was booked tonight as our 12-round fight, because these two are very, very skilled. And yeah, Jaco is hanging in there, not afraid to throw his own offense, but KYoungButta is just digging and throwing the left hands. The jab left hook is just so nasty, but there's a couple left hooks from Jaco as well.
Yeah, man, these guys putting on a clinic.
Man, Jaco maybe needs to use a little bit of those pulls. Maybe pull a left. Oh my goodness, that left hook is so nasty.
It really is.
But he can't put him down, Frank.
He can't. It seems like every time he's right there.
Oh!
There it is.
I was
gonna say, it seems like every time he is so close, but then the movement of Jaco is just able to keep him out of danger. But he does get caught there, able to get back up at 6.
Really good at the mini game.
Yeah,
really good at the mini game.
Absolutely. Because like I said, I don't think Dalton Smith has any perks in this game, specifically the
He's
ones that
still
help you
hurt.
get up.
He's still hurt. Oh my God.
That's a little gruesome right there.
That was
Goodness.
ruthless. He just ran up to him with fully charged stamina and just popped him with a right hook, Frank.
And that might be all she wrote, but
Oh
yeah,
my
that looks
God.
like wow. You can't say enough about these guys and the performance they just put on. Jocko continued to be a warrior the entire time, just as courageous as they come, with Dalton Smith no less. This isn't, you know, Canelo or Roy Jones where your numbers can make up the skill differential, right? Like these guys are good at this game. It's just today, KYoungButta was just that little bit better, and he was able to get the better of those exchanges, come away with the knockout victory here in round 9, Rob.
Yeah, most definitely. You see on the scorecards, Jaco, you know, 5 and 6 started to, you know, formulate some sort of a rhythm and start rallying, and then, you know, KYoungButta came back, and then Dalton took the next round, and they were both in the fight. It's just the power shots of Ricky Hatton, that left hook continuously detonating on the dome piece of Jaco, and just unable. And what was that?
I said the 82 body shots landed by KYoungButta also had to have made a difference.
No doubt. No doubt at all. Those liver shots are just disgusting. And what a main event. That was very, very exciting and intriguing. And this whole card has been very, very exciting.
That's what I was just about to say. What a main event, but what a fight card, top to bottom. I feel like we have had bangers today, and it has been a wonderful time to return to the booth alongside Bruce Lee Rob.
Oh yeah, man.
Thrilled to be here, man.
Amazing job today, Frank.
Hey, you too. Right back at you. Wow. Thank you guys for joining us on Twitch, on YouTube. Make sure you leave a subscription, a follow, all that good stuff. Show us some love so we can keep doing what we love here at the Esports Fight League. And signing off for Bruce Lee Rob, I am Frank No Stream, and we will see you guys next time. Y'all take it easy.
Salutations.
And fast, already try. Oh, beautiful counter to the takedown. Thank you for joining us tonight.
A disadvantage to Zayef, but then he.
Really too much on Trixie. Nice shooting, but turning.
Watching our Twitch, watching on YouTube, watching from around the world tonight. I know the UFC isn't on right now, but guess what? The virtual octagon is here.